Alright, hey everyone. It's getting on the first full weekend here in April. And it'll be my first video of 2018. So I thought I would been meaning to do this all winter, but just haven't got around to it, is do a bit of an overview of the Cummins conversion and just kind of go over what I'm doing with the tractor now. So I guess I'll start with that. Back last year when I was doing a little bit of plowing in the fall, I blew the hydraulic line from the pump up to the steering valve, and it blew right in between the dash and the fuel tank. So I ran another temporary line to get me finished and do a few other little jobs last fall until I pulled the fuel tank, had time to pull the fuel tank out. And the fuel tank had a bit of a leak just on the bottom, so I took it out and had it sealed and changed the line out. Well, and routed it a little differently, so hopefully next time if it does blow you can pull the line out without removing the fuel tank and all this other lovely stuff you see I've got tore apart here. The other thing is the hydraulic pump last year was running a little bit warm, so I decided to take it off, take it apart, and check it out. There was nothing too serious. A few little things I cleaned up, and I'm going to turn the pressure down just a bit, just enough so it'll do what I can do. It'll do what I need it to do, but not any excessive pressure that'll cause excessive heat. And I was just going to do a bit of an overview of how this whole process of this has gone for me. I have to say overall I'm happy with how the tractor turned out. I think for now I'm going to leave the fuel injection pump alone. Yeah, I know I've got to run the hand throttle more with the style of governor that's in it, but it saves a couple $1,000s in what it's going to cost to get the governor changed around on that pump to run like a tractor normally would. But other than that, I'm very happy with it. I've done pretty well, a little bit of everything with this tractor last year. Like I said, did some plowing in the fall. I hauled all my crop down to the elevators. Planting, both in the spring and the fall. Spraying, cutting hay, baling hay with the round baler. So I'm very happy with it. The tractor's actually a very nice tractor to run. The few little upgrades we've made in the cab with the rubber floor mat and the nicer seat cushions and all that's definitely worthwhile. The next upgrade is going to be getting rid of that step and getting a John Deere 60 series style step on there. Waterloo 60 series step. If most anyone that's been familiar with Deere will know the step I'm meaning. Try and make it a little easier to get in and out of. Other than that, like I said, I feel this is a well worth conversion. It is expensive and it is time consuming, but you get a pretty good tractor when you're done. And this is actually the first cab tractor between me and my father we've ever had, so it was really nice on the cooler days in the fall and in the early spring of last year to have the cab just to keep the wind off you and have the heat. And with this particular cab being able to lift the doors off and you can open the windows right up, it's actually not bad in the summer either. You can get enough air moving through it and it keeps the sun off you. And if you keep the back window closed, it keeps the dust out too, for the most part. So when you leave the back window open, that's when all the dust seems to track in. Other than that, like I say, you can see what you have to do to get the fuel tank out. You have to tilt the cab back like that. And luckily, they did some thinking, and the cab there's hinge pins at the back. You can you just unbolt it and lift it up like I've done, and gives you enough room to sneak the fuel tank in. And one other thing I'm working on here. So I've got the SCVs all tore apart. They're leaking in between the valve sections. So I've got to reseal that. And then other than that, we should be finished changing the oil, changing a few other little things on it, and we'll be ready for spring planting. But the way the weather's going, it's likely going to be another month around on my farm anyways. So I hope everyone is well, and we'll catch you later.